I don't know.
Look, it's 11:34.
It's too late. Tomorrow is starting soon. I thought at 9 we were starting. It's 2 hours ago.
Hey.
What?
Good for you, man.
Guys, Dustin's got to wake up early. He's got to wake up early. He's got to be somewhere by 11 a.m. So
What's that responsibility still, you guys?
I don't.
It was great. It was fun. We had a good time.
Actually, I'd like you guys to do it.
I had changed my
what
image.
happened from the perspective of each of your characters. I want everyone to go through, and I want you to introduce yourself, your character, describe your character, anything you know about your character. Then also give me one element of what happened last week that you learned, or a thing that you did, or a thing that happened to you.
I can't think right now.
It's fine. Well, you'll go last, Dustin. We'll save the best for last.
Oh, great.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kent.
Hi.
Mog merch.
I am Mog Merch, the guy. Wait, pardon me. Hello, I'm Mog Merch, the Goblin Sorcerer. I love chemistry and spells, and I also spook easily. I'm very jumpy. Last week I learned that you shouldn't trust me with fireworks. The bad call.
Yeah, what he's referring to is while they were in the main hut, you can see here on the screen, I'll have to bring it up on my screen so I can show you guys, the main hut where the chief lives. They were receiving their quest essentially from the chief and his visor, Chief Gutwad of the Licktoad Goblin tribes. And they passed out these fireworks that they had confiscated from a fellow goblin that was caught reading, which is the worst sin a goblin can commit. So upon this happening, they stole all his fireworks, his treasured items, and they were passing them out. The chieftain's visor was passing them out to our heroes, our goblin heroes. And Mike's character, Chuffy, Lickwound, tried to steal a mortar, a very large firework, a mortar, and even though they were just giving it to them. So once the chief in the visor yelled at Chuffy, it startled Mogmerch, and he let loose a Roman candle in the hut. Who did it hit in the face?
Me.
I remember. I think it was, yeah.
No, it wasn't me. Mike stabbed me right away. That was the first thing.
Okay, we'll get there. But that's what he's referring to as an accidental misfire of a Roman candle that continuously went off during the chief of the tribe's opening monologue.
And as the leader, I jumped on it to protect the rest of my crew. Because that's just what we do.
Exactly. Dustin jumped on the grenade because he's the leader. So then go ahead, Mike. Yeah, there's a rocking chair.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, just say who's your character and what's something you remember from last week?
Of course I had to stop you. She's our leader.
I'm trying to... God damn it. This is the worst. Why didn't we do this last week? Why are we doing this now?
Well, the audience needs to know. They need to know. This is backstory that we created. So what he's referring to, that's Chuffy. Mike is Chuffy. He's the goblin. He's our Goblin Party's resident rogue. He has this unique ability to resist disease and sickness because he is boil-ridden. His face is covered in pustules and disgusting boils. And he's referring to Flathead as Rita, the large-headed goblin leader of their group, played by Dustin. They all had dares that they had to complete that were dared by the other goblins of the tribe. After they got their quest, everyone was hailing them as these potential heroes, so they challenged them to a series of dares. And in our cleric, Rollo, Poog, who is the cleric, in his dare, he was dared to play hide or get clubbed, in which he was supposed to hide, which he did a great job at. But then about 15 goblins were sent out to try to find him with sticks and boards. Some of the boards may have had nails. And they went out to go find him, maybe had some chains. And they were unsuccessful. They came close, but they were unsuccessful. And then, as a second wave, our heroes were sent out. Our other 3 heroes were sent out. And upon going out, everyone seemed to overlook our cleric Poog in his hiding place in a burrow covered in dirt and leaves, except for the very perceptive flat-headed Rita. And Rita with well-meaning intentions.
Best of intentions.
The best of intentions. You got to mute yourself on Roll20, Dustin. With the best of intentions, tried to throw people off the scent as he found Poog laying in his burrow, and thus called out, "Hey guys, no need to look over here. Nothing over here, nothing to see," and totally blew up his spot. And then Poog was immediately surrounded.
I thought it was magical or something.
He was immediately surrounded. There was no reason for Dustin to believe that it was magical in any way.
I thought that I was just
character's a fighter. Oh yeah, I could see that.
That I would be able to be like, "Hey, I'm over here looking right now. Don't come over here."
I think Rita is so bossy that either people will totally believe you and be into it, they'll be intimidated by you because you're much bigger than them typically, or because you failed your deception check to deceive them horribly, they immediately swarm the area with their sticks in hand and just beat Poog unconscious. One large one in particular stepped forward to do the dirty work, and Mogmerch set out a mortar. Was that correct?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, he set out a mortar, which exploded. Everyone dove out of the way, and they knocked the large goblin unconscious. But so was Poog in the end. He was knocked out. So that's what he was referring to. So go ahead, Dustin, if you want to talk about Rita.
Hi there, my name is Rita. I like to torment small, harmless animals, and usually has a pocket full of creatures in case I get bored, because I like to then just do things to them that, you know what I mean? And I find it hard to, shout, not shout, and also to shout whenever I speak, depending on how I'm speaking and where I'm speaking at. And I love taking risks in combat, and I love to scare my enemies. And I also like long walks. Long walks.
Oh, long walks on the beach.
Long walks on the beach.
Okay.
Getting caught in the rain.
Can you hear me now?
You're on an island, so I'm sure there are plenty of beaches.
I walk around the island.
Loves taking risks in battle and taking long walks on the beach. Added to your character sheet and your ideals. So, what else do you remember?
The voice. Thank you for doing the voice too, Dustin. That was nice.
Yeah, that was a good voice. Good job.
Well, the thing is it's just it's a boss voice.
Okay, so then what about you, Rollo?
I am Poog of Zerangel. Zerangel is the god of killing dogs and fire and stabbing people just for fun. And I don't have to. I am here for my leader, the flat-faced one, old red and the green one. She is so flat-faced and wonderful. She may have left me to die a couple of times, but still she's my leader. And I'm here for the tribe. And as we get through, because everything else happens, I will always will you.
That was amazing.
Nice job.
This is
Nice
touching
job.
and dares and moving at the same time.
So it's that was absolutely beautiful. So as you guys as we find our players now, let's set our minds back and like forget everything else. These are the essential. Those bits of essential information. Keep those present in your mind.
Okay.
And know that any character that does something that's courageous or within character, you can be awarded inspiration. And if you need to, just remind me, ask, be like, oh, was that worthy of any inspiration? And I'll remember because I have 20 things to remember, so that'll help me. And you can use inspiration to re-roll any failed rolls, and you can also use it to gain advantage on any attack, which allows you to roll your attack twice and then pick the highest number. But as well, you also have everyone has an ability called their Goblin Song. And if you sing an improvised Goblin Song, in the moment, I will allow you a re-roll or advantage on one roll.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yes. So we find ourselves gathered around the fire. The festivities thus far have been massive. There's just so much food, so much fire. There's massive fire. The chief, for the first time in months, is out of his hut, and he's present with the goblins here. Chief Gutwad, he's this massive gobbler sitting on a huge throne, like a parmesan that was carried out by like 10 other goblins. Beside him is the ever obnoxious Slorb, a goblin with a strange mutation that wraps from the back of your head around its shoulder, that is decorated with various trinkets and stuff and piercings, which he believes is the divine blessing of Zarganel that has allowed him to rise in the ranks to become the right hand of the great Chief Gutwad, who is responsible for preventing the Licktoad tribe on Meltdown Island from burning down for the past 2 years, when in past generations, it was typically a common occurrence every year. If it wasn't the goblins that did it, it was adventurers. And maybe hundreds of years ago, it was the massive volcano that lives close by on Meltdown Island. That volcano that they worship is Rendrag Enya Nitzud. And in this very moment, they're all chanting. After these victories of these amazingly courageous gobbers, they pass around this picture of the treasure map that they were able to confiscate from the traitorous goblin Scribbleface. Let me bring that up. Let me see how I think I show it to you guys.
Scribbleface.
Scribbleface, everyone knows that he lives a goblin's life, and he's hard to his wife, and that's why we love him so. Goblin Mom!
I think you misunderstood Scribbleface, because we don't love him at all.
So yeah, Scribbleface
This is a Goblin Song, man. We have different set more elastic acidities.
Absolutely.
Thank
Scribbleface,
you.
You all have your own views and biases, and that's up to you to establish. But Scribbleface, he was caught reading, so he was banished. He was branded with letters on his face, and he was cast out of the village, barely with the clothes on his back. So,
and I remember also that the king of the Captainsville, Squiggleface there, he was over there. We thought he might be reading too, because he was like, "This is a map," and I was like, "Remember when we was like this?"
Okay.
So if you check your handouts in the journal,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
Island, the Meltdown Island map. So you guys are just before the fork in the river. If you're looking at the Meltdown Island map, the Licktoad village is just in this the crux of this this bend in this river, this fork in the river. There's a forest there at the foot of the mountains, and that's where y'all live. And these weird kind of shack-like huts that you thatch roof cottages or huts with spikes coming out of them, and not far from the volcano. And lately, you've felt some tremoring of the ground around you, shaking in certain instances, and they've been increasing in frequency lately. You stand around this fire, and everyone's giving praise, casting things into the fire for Rendrag, the massive volcano, and there's a gobber they all only refer to as the stranger.
There's a stranger over there, you guys.
There's a large goblin. He's got like all these trinkets and all these things just like wrapped around his body, even little like lucky rabbit's paws and of different creatures. And he's got an eye patch, and he's one of the storytellers of the tribe, and he's like, yes, what you goblins face is most perilous. I would be surprised if you came back alive. At least the most faithful of you I trust will, but some of you maybe not so much. But in your future, the things that, the shadows that cast on the deep jungle before you, such as Lots Legs eats goblin babies many, the horror nightmare that is the gargantuan spider that has made its home our territory, made its own hunting grounds our home. It is responsible for most of the disappearances, quite a few disappearances in the middle of the night in our tribe. But the only thing I could say that is more dangerous out there, other than obviously our Lord Rendrag Enyao Nitsud, is the goblin Vorka. Vorka is even more dastardly than Scribbleface, for Vorka is a cannibal. And we all know the tales of her eating the previous chieftain and being banished out into the jungle before us. These challenges will stand before you, but all of you, I need each of you to cast something into the fire and chant the name of your god Zarganel and the name of the massive volcano that we all worship, to burn away the bad luck that might befall you on your journey. So he steps back and he gestures to this massive fire that they've created, this bonfire. It's for each of you to take an item from your inventory and cast it into the flame and praise the volcano.
All right, I'm going to go first. I'm going to step up. But as I do, I'm going to kind of push past Rita, and I'm going to pickpocket Rita.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
Bullshit.
Yep. It's bullshit.
I think I was about to say Doom.
So if you go into your skills, almost at the very bottom, you have sleight of hand. You have a proficiency and a bonus of 5. So because you're the rogue, you're quite adept at pickpocketing.
There we go. Oh shoot! How do I roll it again? I gotta click on it. Oops.
Yeah. If it doesn't work in that, you should just be able to click on the name, sleight of hand. Like I'll do it.
Oh, in the character sheet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it'll roll 2 dice, but unless you have advantage, you just take the first one.
Okay.
It also might be in your
There we go.
I might have put it in your attributes and abilities. Okay.
Ooh. All right.
Okay,
18.
so you as you're passing by, what are your methods? Is it just you're bumping into him, or is there anything more to it? You say anything?
I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna start talking like that. I'm going to give up something very special to me. As I'm saying those words, that's when I grab something from Rita.
Okay, you're able to with your words because your voice is so shrill, and everyone always tries to like look away when you say anything because you're just so hideous looking. So then as you pass by, you kind of bump into Rita, and she's used to it. She just kind of shrugs it off and maybe yap something at you, and you slip your hand in your pocket, and you pull something out, and only you know what that is. And what is it that you're casting into the fire?
Well, now that I got something good, I didn't think I was gonna get something good, so I think I'm gonna throw my necklace into the fire.
Okay.
My necklace has been with me for so long, and I've loved it so much. And I wipe some pus off my face a little bit. That I'm giving it up as my most storied and loved possession of all time. Thank you.
Aw.
That's my speech. Goodbye, necklace. I throw it in the fire.
The necklace lands in the fire and just it bursts. What was the necklace made out of? Do you know?
It was made out of
Obviously,
leather and tiger teeth and bird claw.
So it's that you get that terrible smell of burning bone, which is like really distinctive. If anyone's ever like worked with trembling bone, it's really gross, and it happens immediately, and it just goes up in flames, like surprisingly, almost like the fire before you is unrealistically hot.
Okay.
So who else has something to cast aside?
I'll take a shot. By the
about to
name of
cast him.
Sargonel. Sargonel? Yeah.
Yeah. You can also pray to Rendrag. Rendrag again, and it's
Oh yeah, Rendrag.
I am Poog of Zarganel, and as a Zarganelian, I will cast this potion into the fire that was blazed in his name and taken through the soul into this bottle. And I'll chuck it in.
Nice. What was it again? What'd you say it was?
One of my minor potions.
Oh, wow, a healing potion, a valuable resource.
Yeah.
So when you throw this potion and there's the local merchant in town, Nibs, who's this tiny little gobber who's got this cart that's like 4 times the size of him.
Nibs is saying something.
He can't help it because he's like no that's a perfectly good potion you just threw. And
What are you doing? Listen, I throw in my self-respect, okay? Let's
it
our
bursts. The
rules
potion
to
bursts into flames. The potion bursts into flames, and as that happens, the ground around you just shakes. It just tremors.
God. Here we go.
And then everyone kind of like for a second, everyone kind of trembles a little bit. They feel a little like the gobbers. Some of the gobbers run and hide into their huts and peek out to see if everything's okay. And then there it is. Yeah, I keep doing it. And then everyone kind of looks at Poog, and then everyone looks back to the group. Who's next?
Me. Go ahead, Kent. Go ahead.
No, you're our leader. I defer. I defer to you, my lord.
I'm taking off my shoelace, and I'm throwing in my shoelace.
You have shoes?
He's the only one of us with shoes.
That's fun.
It's gonna be really hard to walk
So
with
then-
one high heel.
Well, I'll go back living like you dumb goblins.
So then, where's it? Was it Kent? Were you throwing something?
Yes, I will cast my boom spell.
What?
Okay. Cool. I mean, you're going to sleep after this anyway, so use whatever you want. Which one is it? Oh, your
my
big boom.
big
You're gonna
boom.
you're gonna throw your big bomb in. Okay, yeah.
No, it says boom. Is that different than a bomb?
No, it's just the big boom. Yeah, it's just a massive. It's just this large bomb that
It
explodes
is a
in a
bomb.
radius.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the
Basically.
big bomb. You have a fire bomb, which is a normal like small grenade that you can hold in your hand and throw. The big boom, you have to like lob to throw it and
Okay.
set it down and set a fuse.
You know, I thought
Yeah.
it was just a spell that was really loud.
Well, it's like a. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's very loud. It's the way your character works in D&D 5e. There isn't an alchemist because I transported this game from Pathfinder First Edition, and where your character was an alchemist. So I just made him a sorcerer instead. So all of your spells aren't necessarily spells in the way that Poog has spells that he prepares every day and casts. Yours are more like alchemy that he creates that only he can explain. So for instance, oh no, God, yeah.
So these spells are not magical spells; they're potion-based spells.
It's a little bit of both. Your
It's just
magic is
weird.
kind of like it's kind of like a strange, unexplainable phenomenon that is both magic and science. You don't really believe in any sort of like deity. You believe it's all your own magic and your own brilliance. You know, it's all your charisma. And if you look in your attacks, if you look at any of those spells, it'll describe what they are. But anyway, so are you gonna throw in that bomb, or are you gonna?
No. That seems like a really bad idea.
You're gonna kill everyone again if you do.
Yeah. My
Remember how
intention is
you
not to do
almost
that.
killed everybody last time?
Remember?
Yeah.
Look, there were some valid reasons.
I feel
for
like
that.
the volcano is acting weird, you guys.
Okay,
I'm feeling
here's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do.
definitely.
I'm feeling some things.
I am going to hold out my dog slicer and walk towards the fire, and I am going to trip as I approach the fire.
Oh my god.
Are you lobbing the dog slicer into the fire?
Yes, but this is right before the lobbing actually happened, so
What are
nothing
you-
has been thrown into the fire.
Why are you doing
Except for
Charlie
my-
Chaplin bits right now?
Because I don't want to lose my dog slicer.
You
but
don't
I think
have
I
to
might
throw that in, though. You can choose something else. What are you doing?
Yeah, you have a whole. I think. Don't you have a whole inventory?
You have a whole bunch
I-
of stuff.
My inventory seems really light. What are you talking about? Leather armor club, the...
You have a skull face mask, metal cod piece, jesters, an eye patch, and then you also, from your dare, you won. You crawled through the chokey. Which was this tube of sharp objects as your dare, and you won the chief's very personal, very useful robe that is useful, which contains a collection of items that are patches that you can magically produce.
Ooh,
So you have a ton of items.
well, hold on then. Jesus.
You also have a lucky
Yeah.
pet toad.
Up to the corner.
I'm gonna throw...
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk forward with my lucky pet toad
Yeah.
and throw that in.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And
Sad.
amphibia and amphibler. That's what it's called, amphibler. So you raise him up and you show him to everyone, and everyone, every time someone approaches, some of the goblins are like drumming on these like small skin-made drums that they've created, and you hold the frog up and you toss him into the fire, and he bursts, and the fire once again kind of accelerates. It kind of amplifies and breathes for a second. So then who's next? There's only one. Is that everyone?
That's everyone.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's everyone.
just start openly weeping at the fact that frog is dead. That hurt me a lot.
What is my team? What are we
I just
talking
feel
about?
things harder than most goblins, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been saying that about you.
Maybe it's
here.
the pustules.
Maybe, might just be, but for some reason it really got me. Dustin,
Well,
what are you
so
doing
then-
right now, Dustin?
You know what? I'll tell
The
you right now.
fire is.
You've been doing a great job in the group, and I'm sorry that you had to watch that frog die. But I just want to let you know that it's okay to have these feelings as a part of a team.
Wow.
And as your team leader, I
And then-
respect even more.
I'm gonna
for
give him
being
his
able to be
potion.
strong
I'm
and
giving him his
goblin.
potion back now. Thank you. I
Oh,
want to give you this as a
that's so
gift
nice.
for your kind words. Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
you stole this from me. And now offer him on his head.
You hand back. He hands back this large, beautifully ornate potion that's in a jar with a stopper shaped like a golden dragon. That Dustin won in the dares. That Rita won in the dares. The dragon gourd potion that Mike earlier pickpocketed from Dustin. As this warm moment, and it seems like almost a spotlight falls on just the two of you, even though there's this massive blaze happening, and it's so beautiful and touching and un-goblin-like. This Greenie, the massive female goblin that knocked Poog unconscious, stumbles forward and just projectile vomits on both of you. Just gets both of you covered in vomit,
Oh, God.
and then stops, and there's a moment of silence, and then everyone just screams and cheers, and the party just doesn't ever stop, and everyone gets, has a good time, and
All right.
everything fades to black. And the next day you wake up ready for your journey, and still pulled out once again on the Pompazon. The chieftain is lugged out by like 8 or 9 goblins, and he says to you, "Go forth into the jungle and retrieve the fireworks from the ship that Scribbleface has hidden them according to the map that I gave you. I don't talk a lot in public, so don't blame my rambling. Just go, get out of here. And him and Slorb both Slorb kind of shoos you guys off, and you guys exit the village, and everyone kind of follows behind you until you get to the threshold of the deeper jungle, and they all kind of peel off because they're not gonna fucking go there. And you're traveling for a while through the jungle, and it's a lot of overgrowth, a lot of vegetation. You have to like scoot your way through a lot of stuff, a lot of roots of large trees, because goblins are like 2.5 feet, 3 feet tall at the most, with large football-shaped heads. So it's sometimes hard for them to get through small places. So you keep going, and everyone give me a nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah, you can also if you're not satisfied with your nature stat, you can also give me a perception check.
Check it out.
Yeah, I'm doing perception for sure.
Man, how do you do that?
So if you go into your character sheet, I'll help you out here. So we'll go into your core. If you go to your skill tree, skill box, it's down here. You'll be able to find perception. It's right next to your stats to the right. You have a 4 and you have proficiency. So you just click the word perception. Well, you guys almost rolled exactly the same.
I rolled a 5.
Huh.
Okay. So,
Did
you roll, Dustin?
No, I don't. I can't remember what.
You just go down to, like I said, you go down.
Email. Just check your email.
This is hell.
See, I just rolled by just opening up your character sheet. Like, I have it open and I can see what you see right now. Right next to your stats, you see charisma, you have -2. Not that that has anything to do with what's going on. I just want to point it out. But then directly next to it.
Hold on. Dustin, do you know where your character sheet is?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Why am I assuming that it's open in front of you?
Open your character sheet.
I have it.
You see all those numbers and words on there?
That's my bio and info.
Okay, so
when you assume, you make an ass out of yourself.
If you click on that, at the top, it says character sheet to the right of bio and info. Do you see that?
Character sheet.
You can look at my screen and see how it's clicked on if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm sweaty.
Yeah, that one. Where is that one at?
So, in
perception,
order to
like I
get
said, it's in. Oh yeah, go ahead, Mike.
So, do you have the character sheet up? That's my first question. No? Okay,
No.
so in order to get your character sheet up, go all the way over to the right-hand side, and you see the little thing that looks like a little newspaper at the top? It says journal when you mouse your mouse over it.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay, now you see your name, Rita?
Rita, got her.
So click on that, and now at the top of that, you should see bio and info, character sheet, and then attributes and abilities.
No, just bio and info is all I got.
Oh, is it because you just logged in with a new thing? And Adam, you gotta give him permission?
That's why. We forgot about that. Hold on, just take 2 seconds.
1 second, flat face.
Yeah, it's... but who's your... So what's... It's still Dustin... It says it still can be controlled by you. By Dustin G. You're Dustin G, right?
I am, that's me.
Are you? Is it... If that is your real name?
It is.
So
Or
you
is
should,
it
you
Dusty?
should have access to it.
Dusty
Otherwise...
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'll take it off.
Yeah, you have total control of it. So here you can also go into in the chat what I typed. Yeah, exactly. What I typed is right here. You can copy the /RD20 + 4. If you just want to copy that into your own chat box, you can paste that without the parentheses or the quotations, and it will roll it for you.
Oh, okay. So I go / where's that? Oh, you're with the question mark. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta get into that box first. For those of you who don't know, you gotta go into the box.
Really? Oh, yes. Well, before the tutorial,
Jesus
hold on. I actually
Christ.
put it easier for you. If you
Then
go
I
to the
go
left-hand side, Dustin, hold on. If you go to the
space.
left-hand side, there's a bar. You see the bar? There's a D20 at the bottom of the bar. Go to that, hit D20, and then slide over to 4. And it'll roll it for you.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. So then you roll.
I'm gonna do that every time, Adam.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. It rolled 4D20. My bad. I thought it was gonna roll. I thought it would roll D20 + 4. So never mind. You'll have to type it out. My bad. But you can also just copy mine.
I'll just type it out then, Adam, because I was on a roll there with explaining it.
Yeah.
So then after I hit now I click back into that box.
Literally on a roll.
And I go ahead and hit a backslash, and then I put an aura, and then I space, and then I go lowercase the d for the dice of 20.
Mike did it.
Then I'm gonna hit a little plus symbol that's up there with the equals sign. Oh, you gotta pay a little shift for it.
I mean, I think, yeah.
I hit the number 4, and then I hit entray. There we go.
There you go. Oh, you got the same. Wow, you guys rolled the same thing 3 times in a row.
That's insane.
That's some dice magic.
That is weird.
For that.
That is weird.
Because of Rita has a perception. Oops, I fell out of the game, but that's okay. I can just reopen it real quick.
I feel like I'm feeling something.
You actually, you have a good. Everyone else is so unperceptive. They're just bickering among themselves. It's as if they didn't hear the long-winded speech from the storyteller in the goblin campfire.
Look, it's a little too relaxed, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like looking at plants and bugs and just talking, singing songs. However, Rita, the leader, is always vigilant with her massive football-shaped head and her wide-set eyes with a burn mark. With a burn mark from the circular burn mark in her forehead from the Roman candle from the day before.
Yeah.
She, as she's walking along, they're pushing along, and you guys have been traveling for about 4 hours. It seems like you think you're on the right trail. Yet Rita is very confident. Not only is Rita very confident that that you guys are headed in the right direction towards the coast, you also catch something out of your eye. You, as you're walking along, you realize you come to in a clearing where there's like some trees. There's trees around you. They're rather large. It's, the canopy is so dense here that it blocks nearly all sunlight. So the light is really low. Which doesn't matter to you guys because you're goblins in the dark. So you can see in the dark. But it's very shady, and as you pass through, you look around. You guys look around. As they're bickering, Rita, you notice that there's a massive hole to your left, and in this massive hole, you could swear that there's it seems like it has no end, right? It seems like it has no end to it, and then you see a tree before you. You see this large sack hanging from a branch, and it's like this weird like silky texture of like bile that seems like to have been built up and cocooned around an undefined mass. It's just like this bulbous sack of something, and it's hanging from a tree in front of you.
Sounds delicious.
What do you guys do? And then, like I said, to your left there's a massive hole.
You guys hungry? You want to try to eat this?
Why?
I'm gonna take out one of my torches and set it on fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Poog lights a torch.
I mean, we're gonna eat it. We gotta cook it first, right?
I think it's that spider that we were warned about, guys.
Oh, that's right. You were listening.
What? Many legs?
I might be able to see things, but you're a good listener. I've always
guys, this is a bad scene right now.
Yeah.
This is a bad scene.
I still like the fire. I still like that you got the fire.
No. I think we try to just sneak out of here.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
So we start just sort of creeping backwards without even looking behind us, because we just figured, we walked in this way. Then there ain't gonna be nothing behind us.
Come on, it's not gonna be. Come on, you're not. Why are you scared of that? Come on.
What you got to get over here to get? What's good for you?
I'm lighting my torch and setting it on fire anyway.
I mean, I don't hate that. I've never hated you lighting this torch. I've heard some dissent, but I've always liked your idea of the torch lighting, my friend.
Gotcha.
All right, so then Poog pulls out a torch. Do you do it the conventional way with flint, or however you light a regular torch, or do you do it with your faith? You do it with your faith, Poog?
I would rather do it with my faith because that's all I have.
Yeah, exactly. Poog, so then you have produce flame? So explain to us what that looks like as you...
Do I have produce flame? Uh-oh.
Yeah, look in your, if you look in your spells.
Hey, isn't it hard enough? Do I have the flame?
Yeah.
Do I goblin O?
Sacred
Do I-
Flame. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Flame.
Sacred Flame's the big one. I'm just using the Sacred Flame.
I can burn things down. I'm a goblin that I be.
Sacred Flame's way too big to do it. I'm just gonna use my flint
Oh,
and my
okay.
tinder and light the torch.
Cool.
I
I mean, Sacred Flame is a cantrip. So, hold on, Dustin. Just so everyone's clear, any of you guys that have cantrip spells, a cantrip is technically below a first level spell, and you're able to cast them as many times as you want, infinitely.
Oh.
Whereas in your level 1 spells, you've prepared one of each today that you can use. And once you use that spell slot, you can't use it until you prepare it again.
Okay. Well, then I will. Okay. I thought you could only use it once. My bad. I will
You're good.
definitely
Hey,
use
man,
the Sacred
we're
Flame.
gonna get there together as a family, man.
I will definitely use the Sacred Flame of Zarganel to light my torch and also to
Sacred
light
Flame.
this thing on fire.
Do it!
Hell yeah. It
Just hit
just
it?
goes up immediately.
That's your
Does
sacred
anyone
flame.
else do anything? Is anyone else trying to?
I just pull my dog slicer out and I'm just getting excited.
Classic.
Oh, nice.
you.
Getting amped.
Classic.
Yeah, burn.
Get
What
him,
about
Chuck.
you, What about you, Rita?
Me?
Give me,
I'm
hold on, give me
continuing back
as you pull out your
for
dog
eight.
slicer, Chuffy. Hold on one second, sorry. Chuffy, can you give me a perception check?
Sure.
Because you guys have you were kind of transfixed on this hanging mass in front of you. Okay, you think you see like a glint of shiny sticking out of the sack that you see, but you also feel like you could also just be daydreaming. So anyway,
I feel
does
I
anyone
do-
else?
The sack
Yeah. What else?
that I'm looking
so
at,
What do you
I-
guys do?
I see it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
What Mogmer presumed to be a hanging web sack.
Yeah.
You saw a little something poking out of it that shined. That you
Yes.
thought might have been a shiny.
I think that's a shiny tooth of a dog, my friends.
Can I try? Can I take another action or is it somebody else?
Yeah, no, we're kind of still in free play right now. All you do
Okay.
is pull out your sword. You could even say that you have that out, your slicer out on you at all times.
Yeah.
I
So
take
what-
out my
you-
knob bow, and
Okay.
I stretch it out, and I throw a bow through the air at the sack of goo.
Are you shooting an arrow or you're throwing your bow?
I'm
Those
shooting
are two.
an arrow through the
Okay.
R.
Okay, you roll to attack then, Dustin. So then go into your character sheet. If you go into your attributes and
My
abilities,
character- Yep, I'm just gonna go in here and get in my character sheet.
yep, and then go to your bow and click on your bow. There's a little square with a D20 that you can click.
Yeah, there is, bud.
Okay. So you miss the sack completely. It's like I think it's because you're used to closing one eye, but then a piece of dust got in one of your eyes, and then you close both of them as you let loose your arrow, and it went wide.
Myself, and then I pull
That's so
another
bad.
arrow. Back
So
to
what?
the
Hold
arrow.
on. Hold on. You took an action. So what did you want to try to do? What did you want to try to do, Chuffy? Mike?
I want to slice open where the shiny part is.
Okay. So then to get up the tree, I'll need either an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. I'll do acrobatics.
And do you want to stab into the sack, or do you want to like try to cut it down?
I
from
want
the
to.
tree?
I don't want to cut the whole sack down. I'm just gonna try to open it up.
Okay, cool. So then give me a sleight of hand as well. So you like, and explain what it looks like as you scamper successfully up this tree to the branch that the sack is hanging from.
All right. So I take out my sword and I put the whole sword in my mouth, and I just use my claws and my feet to kind of scramble up the side of the tree. And then when I get there, I wrap my arm around the tree like that so I can hang. And I pull this dog slicer out, and I swing it down, and I'm like, look out! And I slice it like that to kind of open it up. And what happens?
Yeah, sure enough. As you slice it out, various treasures fall out of the web sack that lays before you and spill to the ground.
Don't
They
touch
make
it!
like quite the.
I started grabbing for all of the treasures.
We all do.
I'm raising it for it.
Because it's gonna fall down that pit hole, right?
Yeah.
So we all go grabbing for the treasures as a group and family.
I
Okay.
jump on
So
Rita's
then,
giant head.
It's called teamwork, Chuffy. Get off of me.
So yeah. So then you flip back off. If you want to jump back off onto Rita, just give me another acrobatics
Yeah,
check.
from the tree to Rita's head.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So then
Make you realize when he lands on my head so perfectly that he's basically standing on it like we're acrobats, that I say to him, "Hey, reach up in there like a family member and grab the treasure that's inside of the sack." You wonderful jumper and acrobatic person. Gosh, Chuffy, you've been
So
real impressive
he-
so far on this trip.
Chuffy bends his knees and almost like an Olympic diver. Almost like an Olympic diver, he does a back spring so gracefully off of this mossy, soggy branch, and it lets loose not only like a gout of treasure that falls out of the web sack, but also like just like flakes of moss and stuff into the air. And the treasure clashes to the ground with this loud sound, but the sack releases this disgusting smell of decay. I'll on the treasure, which I'll include in the chat. You guys can divvy it up amongst yourselves in a second. But all this treasure falls to the ground and it releases this smell and all this viscous, disgusting like spider sack fluid, and with it falls like mangled parts of adventurers. Like an arm falls out that has like an armament that covers the forearm, and a separate leg falls out of a person. These body parts seem to be of quite a few different people, and the blood and gore just splatters down onto the treasure before you. And just as that happens, you hear a chittering. You hear this creepy chittering from right above you. Actually, Chuffy, much farther into the tree that you were sitting in. You look up and you can't really see what it is in the darkness, but you can hear it as the tree itself kind of bows a little bit and shifts.
Ooh.
And as it shifts, and it kind of, you hear the old tree creak beneath the weight of something massive. So I need everyone to roll for initiative. So you're going to click on your character, and then you're going to go into your character sheet and roll initiative, and then that will put you into the turn order. So this is our first combat. Tell me if anyone can hear the music that's playing in Roll20. I don't know if you're using Skype on your computers.
I can. Adam.
Cool.
It's very
Make sure.
spooky and really takes you into the moment of the moment.
Cool. Tell me if it's too loud or too quiet or whatever. If you,
No, did you notice on Skype I'm sharing the screen
Oh, cool. Yeah.
so you can see what's going on?
Yeah, if you make Adam, though, if you make him just like the square of his purple light, it would look very cool because he's in it. You cut off a little bit of his head, but you get enough of him that you can see the screen better.
Well, Dustin, there's still room for you to learn how to use this program, so you could...
I'm sorry. It's too late in the evening to ask for something like that. I apologize. And I got 16, so I go last.
Yeah. So let me see.
I hear you, Mike. I hear
There's
you.
a sick burn.
I hear you.
I'm
Mike.
gonna I give inspiration to you, Mike, but you already have it.
Oh, God, he is Spiceville. Hi there. My name's Mike McGettigan.
And for the brilliant-
Spiceville.
The brilliant role playing of your both pickpocketing Dustin and getting this treasure. So Dustin rolled a 16. So everyone else roll. Oh, you did. So then 19, 17. Oh, it didn't. Oh well. For the future reference, I think I don't know if you guys did, but if you click the your tokens. Oh wait, did I not give you access to the? No, I didn't. So let's do this again. Sorry, my bad. That's my fault. Now hopefully you should have access to the screen. And let me see. I forgot. I can give you.
20.
Okay.
Is that what I need
there's
to
a lot
do?
of stuff that I'm. No, you did it. You're fine. You did what you're supposed to do. So then, let me reveal this area. So here you are.
Oh, I see Adam.
I see Adam.
So, this clearing. Yeah.
You
see
sound
me?
like a kid trying to suck up to a teacher.
So 17.
Hi,
so
Mike.
So
Just
then-
because I told you I'd be giving you some compliments tonight, and that's my game of the evening, does not mean you have to make it a bad thing.
Okay.
Guys, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
So then what is it rolling? So then tell me your initiatives. What did Chuffy get? What did you get?
I got 17.
Cool. Okay, so then what did you get, Mog Merch?
I got 19.
Oh wow. So then, and what did you get?
18
Okay.
or 18.
And then what did you get, Poog?
16.
Cool. Which one of you wants to go first? Or go before the other, Rita or Poog?
Poog can go first.
I'll go first.
Okay. So now we have your turn order established. You guys are surprised because the perception checks were failed to notice the spider. So real quick, let me. That's not the right one. Let me pull open its monster sheet because I closed out the thing earlier. And
How does the spider know that
you
we
hear
want
it,
treasure,
it's
guys? Such a smart spider. That's just one of my notices.
My notices.
It's like Jermaine Clement in Moana, right?
No. I'm just saying.
So
I
then,
noticed
this massive hulking spider reveals itself in the darkness as it scampers down the first quarter of the tree, and then it releases a gout of webbing from its
Look out!
Yeah, that's for some reason a word I guess I like. It spews webbing at why isn't it? That's not rolling the correct roll. At who is it right there? At Rita.
I was backing out.
The leader right in the front. Well, you'll get to back up on your turn.
I'm saying
it's
the whole
going
time
for Rita.
Our plans were happening. I've been backing out.
Oh, you are hit.
So
you are hit.
right. You feel it. I need you to give me a strength check. So or no, actually, we'll have to wait till your turn. My bad. Sorry. So this webbing slams into you and holds your body to the ground as this nasty spider just chitters, and it begins to pull you in towards it. It's pulling you. It's pulling you with its webbing towards its maw, and it opens its maw, and it's got these like terrible fangs, these like crazy intense fangs, and it pulls you like surprisingly fast as it does this. It seems like it's had quite a bit of practice as it pulls you up to the second half of the tree, about 10 feet in the air.
Oh my god.
And it's gonna try to take a bite at you.
Of course it is.
So it pulls you in and it chomps down on you.
Oh
And,
no, it doesn't. I do a nimble escape.
So then, hold on.
I can disengage or
look at
hide
it.
as a bonus action.
Yeah, but you'll just have to. You can do that, and on your turn you'll be able to do that with your bonus
Oh my
action.
god!
You'll be able
I'm
to
saying
attack.
two
You'll be
goblin
able to do an
songs.
action.
You told me to remind you about inspiration. I'm saying 2 goblin songs.
Right. The goblin songs are for rerolls. So if you want to reroll anything, you rolled high on the initial perception, and you found like the webbing and everything.
I'm just
But you
saying.
didn't roll high enough to see the spider.
Somebody's got inspiration. He's also got nimble escapes. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead,
That's
bite
a
me
great
if you
move.
will.
Because anything that has you in melee, if you try to step away from it, it gets an attack of opportunity and it gets to attack you.
Bonus.
And some of them can even stop you from moving. So that nimble escape allows you to exit melee without being attacked with the attack of opportunity.
That's exactly
So
what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah, so we had 12, so 5. Okay. So the spider chomps down on you and you feel venom start to seep into your body. So I need you to make a constitution check, Rita. And then first off, after the spider's assault on Rita, we have Mog Merch starting the beginning of initiative. So you have your movement, you have an attack you can do, and a bonus action. But you know that.
Nope. You lost me because I got lost in the number when you said a number.
So then, sorry, make a Constitution save, Dustin. I can copy it to you, but now it's Mog Merch's turn. It's Ken's turn.
Okay, go ahead.
What is it? Oh yeah,
Okay.
Constitution. Just straight Constitution. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I move and pick up the crossbow that I noticed on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely.
And can I shoot that crossbow at Rita's, the strand holding Rita in the web?
Yeah, I'll let you give it a shot. Hold on 1 second. This is. Oh yeah, you have pretty high Constitution, Dustin. So if you want to copy this that I just put into the chat, that's your Constitution save. Let me see what the crossbow, godbow. So yeah, you have it. You go ahead. So then just take your roll your attack.
I'm sorry. How do I roll the attack?
So then in your character sheet, you should be able to click on godbow, and it should. I think it'll roll the attack. Let me see. Otherwise, it might be in attributes and abilities. Yeah, your bow is in your attributes and abilities. Oh no, I'm looking at Dustin. Hold on. I'll just copy this over for you since you have a bow. Hold on. What's your dexterity modifier, if you know? Merch. So if you look at your character sheet, the big number in dexterity is 1. Okay. So then you get. So then I'll put this item. So you're picking you run up to this hoard of treasure that's just spilled out onto the floor. That it seems like almost the spider has been just collecting parts of heroes and treasure. You're not really quite sure what it covets more. You pick up that bow, and though you're not proficient in crossbows, I don't think, you still you eye it up. You look up and you eye this strand, and go ahead. If you go into your abilities, your attributes and abilities, on the very bottom you'll have crossbows. I meant to put a singular, not a plural. There you go. And you can roll that attack and damage.
Oh, I don't see.
You might have to close out your character sheet and reopen it to see the update.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, it was popped out.
No, you're fine. That's good.
Popped out.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, it's very helpful on your character sheet. If you open it up in Roll20, you can click on the 2 overlapping squares in the corner, and it'll make them full screen. Your character sheet full screen in another window, and you can Alt-Tab to open it separately. It's very helpful.
I don't see that.
Let me.
I'm still.
I can't see it. I'm looking at it right now on your character sheet. So if you go to attributes and abilities and go all the way down below charisma and perception should be crossbow. Sometimes some things with Roll20, sometimes you have to exit the program. You don't have to do that if it doesn't. If you can't find it,
okay, there it is.
You.
There it is. There it is. Cool. Crossbow. Great.
Wow. So you slam into this gout of webbing. It lodges itself into the web, and actually it for not actively practicing with a crossbow, the shot is pretty deft. It's pretty accurate, and it slices into the web, and it's weakened it significantly. It's weakened the web significantly, but it's still holding on. It still has pull, and it's still pulling Rita towards the spider's maw. So do you have any bonus actions? Oh no, you did it because you ran, you picked up the bow, and you shot it. So next up is Chuffy.
I want to try to climb the tree and position myself to be in a place where I could backstab this guy.
Okay.
So what, acrobatics?
Yeah, you can. If you want to climb up the tree, you can do an acrobatics check with your movement, and
Is
then.
It close enough? Am I close enough that I could do it by next turn or end of this turn or?
Yeah. You you have a speed of 25?
Yeah.
So that's 5.
30.
You have 5, 10. So you have 15. Oh, so you have 25. You have 15 left over. So 10. No, you're right. 15. You have 30, 15. So then I'm counting it out. Sorry, 15.
Sorry.
And yeah, you can get up the tree. I think you can get up the tree with your acrobatics.
All right.
And then you have your all you need to do to sneak attack it though. Because it sees it's aware of you. You can if you want, you can re-roll that with your Goblin Song or your Inspiration. But to get sneak attack on it, all you need is advantage, and you can gain advantage by sneaking up on it. And if it doesn't know you're there, if you're stealth, that'll give you advantage. But right now it knows you're there. But you can alternatively, with either your Goblin re-roll song or your Inspiration, you can give yourself advantage on an attack, as well as re-roll. So you could feasibly re-roll with your Inspiration and then you could sing your Goblin Song. You could roll your acrobatics, and then sing your Goblin Song to give yourself advantage on your attack, and that would give you sneak attack against the spider. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do I'll do the Goblin Song then. This is my treasure, you're just a spider. I'm gonna kill you, you stupid thing. I found your treasure from all the heroes, and now I'm gonna stab you and blow you up.
That was great. So yeah, you totally you're able to re-roll that. So go ahead and re-roll the acrobatics. And if someone's singing their song, let's everyone else try to stay quiet because it distorts the audio.
Yeah.
I like to be able to hear Mike's beautiful voice. Hell yeah.
Everyone else, Dustin.
So you run as you see your leader is in danger. Though you're like the only person that stabs Rita is me.
Yeah.
Stupid spider with your stupid stabbing fangs, and you run and you jump up this tree and you climb up it with great skill. And for a second, the mossy, the damp mossy bark gives way and you slip for a second, but then you use one of your super sharp goblin fingernails to grab into the tree, and you pull yourself up very quickly to the spider. And now if you want to use inspiration on your attack, you can roll your attack with advantage. So go ahead and do sneak attack.
Oh yeah. Sneak attack is in.
Should be, yeah. Remember, you can do your.
God damn it.
Oh.
But my sword.
You had advantage, but you only got a 10.
My sword does have +1 against large creatures larger than me.
Okay. So then, let me see. So then you run up the tree and you go for you go to stab the spider with your slicer, your weapon, and it's almost as if the blade pushes into the animals. Is it a thorax? Is the back end of the spider?
It is a thorax.
It pushes into the thorax, and it seems to like have a little bit of give, almost like a balloon, but then pushes back, and your attack has no effect. So then now you, if you have anything you can do with a bonus action, but I think you're out of attacks.
Yeah. Well, can I?
Go ahead.
I'll disengage then as a bonus action and climb further up the tree.
Yeah.
Is that
you
doable?
can do that.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Yeah. The spider seems kind of preoccupied with wanting to eat its prey, so I think you're good to go.
All right.
So the next up is Poog of Zarganel.
Yes, I'm going to pull out my javelin, and I'm going to say, Lots legs, you got something in your teeth, and try to throw the javelin into his mouth.
Nice.
Yes.
So go ahead and, if you go into your character sheet, you should have your javelin. You have a +3 to hit, and you have a +1 to the damage.
Alright.
You did such a good job setting this whole adventure up in Roll20, Adam. It's really
it's crazy.
nice.
Thank you.
It's great.
Yeah, a lot of programming.
Well, do I just click on javelin? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. If you go into your attributes and abilities, you should have, if you go down, maybe I didn't add the javelin. Oh, my bad. If you go into your character sheet, javelin is in the center. I can just add it real quick to your +3, +1. So I'll just add it really quick to your attributes and abilities. But if you look in the center of your character sheet, you should have your items and attacks or whatever.
Attacks and spellcasting.
Yeah, exactly.
Click on it. It goes. Oh, there it goes. All right.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Let me see. I don't think it rolled the right. It doesn't look like it's rolling the right number.
3120.
It's a 20 +1 equals 4. So then +2. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. Let me see something.
Yeah,
Just
it
want to
says
make sure
30/120 for some reason.
Right. Some of the coding gets messed up. Roll20 is a little weird sometimes, or just a simple like hitting a space on something can mess up the code pretty easily. So then, what's the damage die on that? I think it's a 1d6. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been watching that show *Halt and Catch Fire*, and it's about coding and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I watched that show.
Really watch it.
No, that was my bad. So
Oof.
that was my fault.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't you. Don't worry. So then, yeah, it does a 1d6 +1. So I'll add that. And if you exit out your character sheet real quick, Rollo, you'll be able to see the new thing. in like about 5 seconds once I finish it. There we go. If you exit out of your character sheet, go back in. At the very bottom of your attributes and abilities should be a javelin.
Abilities. Javelin. Yep. Boom.
Ooh. So then you're as you throw the
2 points.
the javelin. You throw the javelin as wait, was that a 1? Did I see a 1? No.
For damage, there was a 1.
For a second.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you rolled a natural 1. So then you wind up and you scream your taunt at this massive spider trying to eat your leader, and you rear back and throw your javelin. But similarly, it just hits the exoskeleton of the spider and just bounces off. Do you have anything else?
Well, if there is anything else I can do for her.
I think because that's the thing about 5e is that like you have only certain things have bonus actions. Certain character classes have bonus actions, but you can like disengage with a bonus action. I actually have a whole list of things. Otherwise, next up in the turn order is Rita. Is the actual Rita. So if you want to give me, you feel as you failed your Constitution save. You try to endure this poison, but it just whittles away at you, and you feel it tense up your muscles. Go ahead and give me a Strength save. So that for you actually have pretty high strength, I think. Let me look at your character sheet real quick.
Can I strength save? Oh, because I gotta save myself first.
You're entrapped in this web. You have a modifier of 3 though. So if you want to do, if you go into your character sheet and just click on strength, you can click on it and it'll give you it'll do that. Oh, you did it? Let me see. No, you did 3d20. So if you go into your actual character sheet, Dustin, you can on your character sheet you can. And I might have been actually have a program for you on your.
Potion bow, minus laser.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so if you go into athletics, if you go to attributes and abilities, go down all the way to the bottom to athletics. If you click athletics, that'll help you. That'll help you roll strength. Ooh. Oh, that's.
Because I had this
so then,
potion of spider climb.
So you,
oh my God,
you,
Dustin. Roll a 1.
as you try to push out, all your muscles tense up, and it's almost like you're.
I'd like to remind us that we have 2 inspirations, and that possibly one of them could be used now to re-roll.
You can. If you ever if you have one, you can re-roll that one.
Yes, thank you very much.
So it's not a critical failure.
Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and try to re-roll that.
There you go. So as you grip onto the webbing and you're trying to tear yourself free, you kind of have like as the poison courses through your veins, you have a moment of like self-doubt where you feel like, oh no, I'm actually being pulled in even quicker now that I'm flexing my muscles. It's gonna eat me. But then just then you're able to regain the strength of your muscles and force your way out of this webbing that has you confined and restricted. And now you're free. You're free. So then, if you want to roll a, you're being pulled up this tree. So if you want to roll, let me see. Let me look at your character sheet. You can roll
where like I turn around and throw my bow and put it right down its gut.
You're trying to do some Legolas stuff.
You use your action to try to burst out of the webbing, and now you're because you were being dragged up the tree, you're falling. So I'm gonna need you to do an athletics or acrobatics check to try to catch yourself.
To be fair, you're right. So I should do an acrobatics.
Or athletics. You're better at athletics.
You're right. I'm better at athletics. I'll throw that. There it is. There's my athletics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there
24.
you go. So as you fall back down, though you're hurt, you're dripping. So you have a few wounds that are dripping with a green fluid, a poison, and you're covered in this nasty, sick, slobbery.
But because I got that athletics, I was able to do that promptly.
Yeah. So how do you fall to the ground with ease and. Yeah.
Oh, you're
so
cutting
then
out.
Go ahead, and if you wanna, I'll let that be your bonus action since you rolled so well. So if you wanna now try to take an attack at the spider with your bow. So then just roll your. Is that your?
That is the 5. Sadly,
13?
if I'm being honest, the 5. The 5.
No, but you first need to roll for attack. That's fine. That can be your damage, but you also need to roll.
Oh, yeah, he rolled 13.
Yeah,
it
plus
looks like.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. No, yeah, I see that now. So then you take your shot at the spider, and you go to shoot it down its gullet, but as your arrow's accuracy falls just short, it lands in the spider's mouth, but it bites it in half as it stares at you with all 8 of its eyes.
We gotta kill this thing,
So
guys.
then,
Yeah, he ain't even caring about you guys right now. Maybe I did something to this spider.
Maybe you
so
deserve
then
to die.
the spider, now it's his turn. Its turn. It releases this terrible shriek, and when it does this, you can hear this quick scampering as 2 of its young produce itself out of this hole.
Oh no. Not even good enough for the regular spider. We have to get the babies that are gonna kill us. As for training. It
calls this. It screams out and it calls its young forth, and then just then you feel it's almost like perfectly timed with this with the spider's screech. The entire island around you, the tremors continue to the ground shakes beneath you. Then the spider is going to it looks down at Rita, and then it's gonna jump down and try to land on top of you.
Dang.
So
it's really going for you.
I said it was 10 feet up, right? Every is a D6.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know what you said.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking to myself out loud. So then it's just a D6. So so then the spider lands on top of you, and on top of Rita, and completely covers Rita up. You can't even see Rita anymore.
Oh,
she
no.
is completely covered by this massive spider. But it lands on you and it immediately knocks you unconscious. And then it turns and looks in front of it as it feels like it's dominated its prey, and sees Mogmerch and looks at Mogmerch's dead, burning eyes, and they share a moment of, oh, now you're my prey, as the spider's lots of legs makes that similar sound that's gurgling as it starts to chart, almost like it's collecting webbing within its webbing glands. Ew. As it seems to be building up webbing, but it doesn't seem to produce any yet. It's almost as if it needs to charge. It needs to build it up before it can shoot it out again. So next up is Mogmerch. As the spider stares you down.
Do something good. Don't fall over.
I'm going to cast my acid spray at lots of legs.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you want to go for it.
Oh my God! Why you sound so disappointed, Adam?
Well,
I'm totally into it. So if you just
super judgy, Jesus.
Yeah, I think you're the one that's. I think Dustin's the one that's super judgy. So yeah, just go on and. All you need to do is roll the button in your attributes and abilities. It'll roll damage and attack. If you want to look, I think that actually has some range to it too.
Huh.
It's not.
So it will hit more.
It's not a cone, is it? It's not a cone, is it? It's a
10 feet
direct
line. It's a 10-foot line. And
okay.
the enemy has to make a dexterity saving throw, or it takes half damage on a.
Got this.
Could he position himself and hit 2 spiders then?
Yeah.
Come on, Mogak.
Yeah, so I'll move and position myself to get those 2.
There we go.
Okay.
Nice job. But look out behind you.
Thanks, Cass.
I'm up in a tree.
Okay. So the initial hit on you'll have to roll to hit twice because you'll have to roll on the spider as well as its mama, or its papa.
Oh, and, now we know its gender.
So then, I forgot it's actually the papa. So then, if you do, you got you got a 12 on one. So it seems like the gout of acid, it misses the first spider, or no, it hits it. It actually hits it. Its DC is only 10. So it immediately incinerates the first spider.
Nice.
It just melts it away in front of it, in front of its mother, as its father stares you down with all 8 of its eyes. And then the second blow rips into the carcass and kind of melts through the exoskeleton of the spider, pretty significantly actually. So
Whoa.
So then it burns and it sizzles and it pops.
Yeah.
And you can see at least 3 of its eyes bubble and boil as your acid burns on its face. I need you to roll the damage for the acid one more time, Ken.
Where's the damage? Just hit it again?
Yeah. And to hit, sorry. So that's a 7. And then just to roll to hit now. Or no, it does it all at once. So you did 19 and 7. All right, so as you see this happen, you see this massive spider writhe in pain as it screams, not only by seeing, it probably has millions of these babies, so it's not that big of a deal to see it burn to acid right in front of it. It doesn't happen every day. But the spider itself is taking on so much pain. But then the acid in it, some of the acid also catches Rita below. And does 3 damage on on top of the.
I was backing out the whole time.
But it's all depending on your initiative.
Okay.
So then you have accrued 3 damage. If the damage on your character while you're unconscious, you're currently unconscious and someone needs to attend to you medically or with magic. If you reached 12. Or if you fail 3 death saving throws, your character will die. So that's how dying works. So you've accrued 3. If you get 9 more, you'll die. If you get hurt for 9 more. So then next up is now that was Mogmerch's turn. He blasted them all with acid. It only did half the damage because the spider was on top of you. So then Chuffy, it is now your turn.
All right, so I'm perched above the thing in the tree, and I'm gonna try to drop right on it, holding the dog slicer, the +1 dog slicer, like straight down, and even putting my feet on the hilt so that I'm going to land right on that thing and just drive it right through the whole spider body. Without killing Rita in any way.
Super on board, except for the last part.
Since you're up high, I'm going to need you to give me an acrobatics check, and then I'll need you to roll your sneak. And then
acrobatics is 12.
Yeah. So then now roll your sneak attack damage.
Okay.
Because you said you went up 5, 10 feet. So then, how high up the tree did you go? Would you say?
Well, I was just trying to get above it, so it was 10 feet up, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say I was another 7 or 8 feet above that.
So nearly 20 feet. So so then roll me another 2. Oh dang! So then roll me another 2d6.
2d6.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess the sneak attack didn't roll the damage. I don't think. So if you want to roll another set of 2d6, that'll be your.
All right.
Because it only rolled to hit. It didn't roll the damage, but you got a critical. So because you've got a critical attack, your damage is doubled, and because you're falling down. I don't know. This is kind of like a me in the moment homebrew rule, but normally falling damage is 1d6 for every 5 feet you fall. Or no, wait, every 10 feet you fall. So that's why earlier Dustin took 4 damage, I think, from falling. Or no, he didn't. You passed your athletics. You didn't fall. So as you fall, you add extra damage. So you have a total of 10 damage, and it's doubled. So then you, for a total of 20 damage for your sneak attack damage. So, Mike, this is one of my favorite moments in running game is I ask you, how do you do it?
Great. So I take that sword, like I said, and I'm up on that limb, and I put the sword right beneath my feet so that my feet are on the hilt of that sword. and I start screaming the lyrics to "We're not gonna take it." We're not gonna take it. And I jump off the limb, and I start like a missile. I'm just aiming right down at its abdomen, and I just get that feeling that I've just done something perfect. For one moment in my life, I have finally achieved perfection. And I go right into the abdomen of that spider, and it bursts right open. And this goo just gushes out like a tidal wave from either side of the spider, and it splashes every single person standing around, every single goblin standing around. And as the spider splits open and all of its guts and stuff ooze away, we noticed that the sword was right between Rita's legs. It was like right at the crotch point, like just another goblin millimeter would have just done severe damage. But luckily, everything was fine.
So this massive spider just deflates. It's like as you press into its abdomen or its thorax or whatever, it just deflates just as you said and sprays all this nasty, disgusting fluid all over everybody. Except for Rita. It's just the carcass of this massive spider just slumps down on him, and the knife makes its way all the way through right between her legs, though she doesn't know because she's completely passed out. Go ahead and have an inspiration, point of inspiration, Chuffy, for that beautiful description and for that beautiful critical attack.
Thank you.
And your strategy. So that's how critical attacks work. You double your damage, and if you roll natural 20, and that's how it works if you kill something big and cool. You get to describe how you do it, and you can potentially earn inspiration. So now this massive spider lay here dead. As this happens, the ground shakes once more, and it seems like these tremors are getting closer and closer together. And as it shakes, you hear this sound, this shrieking sound, similar to the one you heard when this thing first burst from the tree, from the darkness, and caught Rita in its web, but much larger. And you hear it as it bellows. It bellows from within, from this cavern down below, as the ground shakes, not only from what seems to be a somewhat active volcano, but also from something much larger than this spider making its way up from this massive hole.
Can I do my instinctive reaction?
What's your instinctive reaction?
I would love to cast a firebomb down the hole.
Absolutely.
There you go. Now you can use your firebomb.
But the small one, not the big bomb, right?
I don't know. I would use the big one.
You can do either. You can drop the big bomb down if you want. The difference is
I'm dying.
I'm dying. I think it has higher damage. That is true. I think it has higher damage, but it also hits an area of effect. So it would hit more of just say this spider, how it's made up of a square cube of 4 spaces. Mm-hmm. It would hit this spider on a larger range, so it does more damage. Or if just say you hit it between, not for the sake of discussion or the explanation, if you did it between you, Mug Merch, if you just say you set it off in this square between you and the spider, it would hit both of you. And it would hit anyone that's standing here and anyone that's standing here. So anyone that's within 5 feet of the bomb gets.
But is he throwing it into the hole?
He's still exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Are you throwing it into the hole? Do you want to just throw a grenade, or do you want to drop your large bomb?
I think I want to send the grenade down.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Go for it.
So go ahead. Since you can't see anything yet, you're gonna roll the attack at disadvantage. So you're gonna roll You're gonna roll to hit twice, and then you'll take the lowest one.
And where is that again?
So that will be in your
attributes.
Attributes. You'll go down to firebomb, and if you click it, it might do it twice. Let's see, or it might do it once. You might have to just click it twice. Oh, nice. So your first one is a natural 20. So you wind up. Your first instinct is to wind up this grenade. You pull it out of nowhere. Maybe it's off of the bandolier on your chest that you hang your grenades. You pull it off your chest and you throw it down this chasm with no visual understanding of where this thing is. All you can hear is its massive 8 legs as it stabs into the stone as it climbs up this tunnel. But somehow you maybe use echolocation. Maybe you're just super high and your senses are enhanced. No one
Maybe I'm
knows,
bored
but
with
it's a
it.
direct hit. And for a second, you see this massive spider burst into flames as it's making its way in a spiral motion up this chasm towards you, and it does 16 damage. So, and it reveals its. So I'll reveal that to you guys. So this massive spider.
16 damage was not enough to really do anything, though, huh?
Right. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's still pretty far away.
Oh, God.
But it's a fair amount away. It seems like it'll probably be at least a turn or two before it gets to the surface. So what do you guys want to do?
Wow.
Is it my roll?
Well, are we going back to initiative?
So sorry, Dustin. I need you to roll a d20.
All right. D20.
Wait, we skipped Poog. We skipped Poog.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna cast.
No,
I'm
no.
gonna cast.
He had to make a.
Wake up on Rollo.
I thought Rollo was just
Oh, I
going to pop
realized
up and start doing his character as soon as he gets asked. That's what I'm waiting for this whole time.
Rollo!
Yeah.
Damn it. Rollo!
I see him laying there. He's not really
Yes,
asleep. He's
there he
waiting
is.
for
There he
him
is.
to say poog, and then he's going to pop
He
up.
just
and
turned
go,
on.
You passed. So then it's Poog. You can do whatever you want. It's your turn. There's a massive spider coming towards you guys from this hole.
He just did 16 damage to it, and it doesn't even seem to have slowed it down, so. Dustin is dying. Does anybody have healing stuff going on?
I am the healer, yeah.
Yeah.
I go after my leader.
I know, it's boring to
My
do it,
leader.
Sorry to wake you up.
Best part of waking up is healing
Let me
Dustin
heal
with your
Rita
cup.
once again.
So if you wanna, it's Poog's turn. You have spare the dying, so that's good.
Spare the dying,
What's
yeah.
up?
Agreed with you, Adams.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you want to do that, it's a simple cantrip, so I don't think you need to do anything to hit. So describe to me what it looks like when you spare the dying.
Well, when I spare the dying, it's a green light that comes through my eyes, then wraps around my hand and shoots out at him, and it just kind of it wraps around him like a blanket, and then dissolves into him.
Well, that's nice.
Aw, that's nice.
Someone's comfortable.
Dustin, you're not dying anymore, so.
Rollo's comfy and thinking comfy mood.
Hell yeah. He's in his zone. He's playing D&D. His leader's getting killed by spiders. So you do this, and it glows, and it brings you back for a second. Although you're still under this deflated carcass of spider, Dustin. You are awake. Does it heal him any, or does it just stabilize him, Rollo? Check your spell. I'll check it too. Spare the
It's
dying.
funny. Kent, you were leaning around. It looked like you were leaning around my phone to look at me. And I'm like, hey, Kent.
Okay, so yeah, you're still at
feel
0
me.
hit points, but you are stabilized. So if anyone wants to try to help and heal him, you can actually wake him up, or you can try to carry him.
I happen to have a spider potion. I might be able to throw on said spider.
Guys,
the
we
spider
also
potion
have
makes you like a spider. It makes you climb better.
How about that? That's something we all just learned.
other baby spiders too to worry about.
We
Yeah,
do.
You're just there.
And actually, as you say that, as Poog does this miraculous feat of faith, and we come to Rita stabilized, so you won't have to make any death saving throws, but you're still at 0 HP. This is dead though. So then we come to Chuffy and Mogmerch again. I guess it's Mogmerch first. What do you want to do? But as this beautiful moment of Poog's faith happens, you can hear skittering from nearby holes, and then you realize that as you case the place again, you look at the jungle floor for the first time. You realize that there are all these tiny little egg sacs.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast my big bomb. Fuck this whole thing.
Fuck it. I'm okay. I love it. Let's get him.
And then you also still have your movement. You can do your attack, you can do that attack, but you can also move as well.
Oh, he can do a little.
I'm gonna move
back.
back. I'm gonna move back as well.
Okay.
And,
that direction?
drop it down the hole.
That's not.
Okay. So you drop it first before moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you light it on a fuse. So roll that attack on your abilities and attributes.
On the big
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Right, Mike?
Yes.
God.
Good job. You're doing great.
Yep. So then, yeah, still with an 18, you hit. You definitely hit, and it damage. Wow. So then, the spider reels as this massive explosive device. I mean, I don't really know what it looks like, but I'm assuming it's probably made out of like shrapnel from skulls or bones or what have you, filled with a jar that contains some kind of magical fluid. It's not like I designed the magic for this character, but and you can see there are other baby spiders that were coming up behind the large mother spider, but they're burned to a crisp. They're immediately singed by your bomb. And the spider takes 13 damage. Okay, so then next up is Chuffy. Chuffy, then Poog.
Great.
You see these. You look around you. You see these little baby egg sacs are like kind of palpitating. They're kind of pulsing as if they might hatch soon.
Delicious. I want to eat one. I really want to eat one, but instead I'm going to force feed Dustin. I'm gonna force feed Rita a health potion.
Oh,
okay.
I thought you were gonna force me one. They're gonna come out my belly.
No.
I was like, isn't that really good?
So
Okay, so then look at the health potion. Is it I think. Let me look at what they heal. I think it
was cure light wounds.
Yeah, potion of cure light wounds. Yep.
I think
so.
so.
Then it'll heal 1d8. So go ahead and roll that +3.
Okay.
Says the potential to heal him back to full, actually. So.
Thank you,
Wow,
Chuffy.
8.
Thank you.
Oh, and it did.
+3.
You hit a maximum of 8. So wait, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you rolled an 8 +3. So then you're healed back to full, Rita.
Oh,
Can I
saved
use,
by
can I use
what?
a,
your
can I
old
sing
pal
a song
Stabby
to
Stab.
re-roll that? Can I sing a song to re-roll that to not get quite as high of a number?
I think
Oh, actually, that was wrong. Is one shy of his max hit points. But yeah, I mean that's your choice.
No,
I mean,
I'm fine.
I don't think
fine.
anyone has ever
Sure,
done
sure,
that in the
sure.
history
I
of
don't think
D&D.
anyone ever in the history.
That's a broad
So next up
claim.
is Poog. Poog, what do you do? Also Chuffy? You can how close were you to him? Okay, I guess you had to
right on
jump
top
down.
of
No, you
him.
stabbed him. You were pretty
Yeah.
much right on top of him. So if you want, you can still use your movement.
Yeah, I mean, your sword was between my legs.
Yeah.
So
Valid.
yeah, just my movement. I think I will use my movement and... Oh, I'm trying to click the wrong thing. I'm going to go... Let's see, what is it? 30, right? So that's 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30. Something like this to around the other side. Well, let me ask you this. Can I see which direction this thing is facing?
The spider?
Yeah, the big daddy
It's
or big
the
mama
big
spider.
daddy. It's like making its way. Everything happens congruently, a few seconds at a time. So
Right.
while you're healing him and stuff, it's spiraling its way, crawling on the sides of this this hole here, this chasm.
Okay.
So it's hard to tell, but if you focus on it, if you take a second to focus on it, if you're trying to aim at it, you can aim at it. What are you trying to do?
How far down is it still?
It's before I said it was 20. It was about 20, 30 feet down. So now it's I'd say it's a good 15 feet down the chasm.
It reeled, which means to me it was like. Yeah,
It was in pain.
I'm just gonna try to go like right in its blind spot, whatever that is.
Okay.
So like behind
So
it,
you're-
kind of.
Same move.
If you want, you
have a
can
finishing
hide.
move on spiders.
You don't know for sure. You don't know for sure if it's hit you, if it's seen you because it's been blasted with fire. But if you want, you can hide and take cover with a bonus action, and you can do that over here.
Okay.
Or like
Yeah.
behind a tree. If you look around, there's rocks that might be big enough, like over here.
Nah, that's great.
Or like
You know
I said,
what?
the tree.
I'm gonna go back. I'm just gonna scramble back up the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
So
great.
as you make your way, you scramble up the tree. Just give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And then Poog, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I would like to inflict wounds, and I probably want to. Where is it? Don't I have? Yeah, I want to use inspiration to inflict wounds on this sucker.
Okay. So then the only issue is that with inflict wounds, I think the range on it is touch. So I think at this point, with it still being 15 feet away, you'd be better off doing like a sacred flame or something.
Yeah.
Something with a little distance.
I'll use my inspiration to burn it.
Okay, so that means you get to roll twice on the spell attack. So go ahead and roll that attack.
Come on. Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
Oh, sorry. The actual damage and attack roll will be in your attributes and abilities. I forgot that doesn't roll the actual programming.
Yeah, no, I have it right at the bottom of my screen. Here it is.
There you go. Okay. So, you cast this flame and shoot it down at the spider, and you're very accurate. Because it's already caught flame to some degree. You've got a good eye on it. You've got a good beat on it, and it hits and it burns it, and some of its exoskeleton starts to like sizzle and boil, and it seems like you can stand to assume or guess that you've damaged the thing about probably a quarter of its health, working on maybe halfway. So next up is Rita.
All right, make it worth it. Make us bringing you back worth it, Dustin.
I use nimble escape, and
You can. I mean, you're not
No.
you're not within melee from anything.
No, I would.
Except for
Your potions,
spiders.
or your spells, or
I don't have any spells except for I do have this. I got this potion of. Oh no, spider climb.
what about the
That will help you
potion?
climb.
What
You
about
can
the
climb up the
potion
tree
I
really
gave to
easily.
you? What about that potion I gave to you?
Oh, that's right. That one potion, that spider kill potion.
Yeah, you won. You won that from your dare, the potion of the fire gourd of fire
That's
breathing.
exactly what I want to use upon the the spider ant right now.
Okay. So you describe what it's like when you pull out this potion. It's got the golden stopper on it that looks like a dragon, and it's filled with this red fiery liquid. Tell me how you drink it and how the attack looks as you breathe fire up to I think it's like 15 feet.
I
30 feet.
The sacred.
You can when you drink this. After drinking this potion, you can use a bonus action, which is even better. You can still attack him. Oh no, the action is drinking the potion. My bad. You can use a bonus action. It's right here. You can use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you.
That's
So
awesome.
then the target has to make a dexterity saving throw, and otherwise it'll get severely burned.
So what I do is I go ahead and I pop open this golden dragon head and I flip the doodad, and then I drinks it down, and the fire starts coming out of it, and it goes like a phoenix. Like it comes out like this little fire, and it goes down and goes directly through the spider's head, and it's like the flames then rush up and out, much like dragon wings would, flapping outside and killing all of the little, burning off everything. Just the fire is immense, and all
So
the
are dead. Well, you didn't kill it. I didn't say how do you do it. I just wanted to know how this act looked. No, you're doing brilliantly. So as the spider is like making its way, it's like I said, it's followed by a bunch of its young that kind of seem to hide under its thorax.
Gross.
And run with it. But when you release this gout of fire, you drink this potion, you grab this potion out, you drink it, and it fills your throat and your chest, your jaws, all the way down to your lungs with this red glow, right? And it builds and builds, and your chest gets even larger than your head. For once in your life, your body seems to actually be larger than your head, and it builds up and bellows up and then you release this big, massive spray of flame 30 feet in front of you, and it burns so many hundreds of tiny little spiders to death. But also, go ahead and roll 2d6.
Because I also had those inspirations I wanted to remind you of too. From
Yeah, I mean, but it failed the
those two
dexterity.
songs.
It failed the dexterity throw. So if you want to just roll 2d6 for your
2d6.
Yeah.
And I would go to 2, and I go to 2, and I go to D, and I go to 6.
Exactly.
2d6.
There you go. So then you blast the spider with fire, and it kills so many of its babies that it seems to almost like it seems to almost enrage the spire as the fire like, kind of rolls around its armor. I mean, you did some fair damage, but
good job.
You killed a ton of spiders that were about to pop out.
Well, I use my bonus thing as my speed, and I run away from the area where I might be making them.
You used an action to drink the potion. You used a bonus action to breathe the fire. Hold on, calm down.
Yeah, just listen.
And then you can also, but you still have your movement. You still are able to flee if you want.
I'd like to flee if I want.
Okay. So where do you want to go? You can move 6 spaces, 6 squares with your 30 feet.
Come up in
Each
the
square
tree.
is 5 feet.
Come up in the tree.
I'm going up the tree.
Okay. So then you pop up the tree. If you want to climb, I'm going to need an athletics or acrobatics check.
Well, I just go ahead and I finally use that spell, that climbing spell that I've been talking about the whole time, right?
If you want, well, you don't have you have to drink another potion.
Yeah, you don't have time to do that.
So even technically climbing would be another action, but I just for the sake of this, I would rather just. You can use your movement. You can use your movement, which is 30. You can use it'll work as rough terrain, which is like if you're walking through like wet sand or something. Your movement is half, so you have 15. And so you're able to climb up the tree at least 10 feet. I just need the athletics check. So a D20 plus I think 5 is your athletics score.
Athletics check. Go. Done.
There you go. So, yeah, so you're able to claw your way up this tree.
Good job.
Thank you.
And as this happens, Lots Legs eats Goblin Baby's mama gets to the top of your of this hole that it's crawled out of, and it towers over you. As it gets to the top, it needs a second before it can attack you, but it just towers over you, and surrounding you on this side over here from the shadows over here, a bunch of spiders crawled out of another hole.
Ooh.
But other than that, now it's Mogmerch's turn. So Mogmerch, what do you want to do?
Get at it, Mogmerch.
Adam, are all of those little spiders on the map, are those real?
Yeah, those popped out. They're little baby spiders.
Okay.
It's just on initiative order 2 higher than the mama spider. Spiders are coming out of these little holes.
Okay.
Man.
I'm going to do an acid spray at the mama.
Yes. Those devilish eyes.
Do you have another acid spray left? I don't
know.
I think you do. I think you're I think the acid spray is specifically right?
Sure.
Let me see. I think it's one of your cantrips actually. So yeah, you can do it infinitely.
Cool. Nice.
That's like your jam. That's your one of your best attacks.
Do it.
That's like your mid-range. You have out of your cantrips, they're all attack cantrips, which is kind of nice. And they all do a different elemental damage. The firebomb is a ranged attack. Acid spray has 2 squares, and then the electrical conduit is a melee. And then Lucky Eye allows your attacks to be more effective. So
that's pretty cool. I like that.
So you spray this spider, the spider mother, with acid, and it burns it directly in its face. And it seems phased. It seems like it's pretty hurt, though it's still standing and it still has some fortitude left. Next is Chuffy.
All right, this worked last time. Let's try it again. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it.
Not us.
A giant spider's dying. today.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
sneak
so
attack.
Then go ahead and roll your
18 or 9. I
Yep.
can take the
so
18,
then,
right?
Oh, but you rolled. So then your intention was to do the song to gain advantage on the roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So then, yeah. So then you sing your song, you dive off, and I'll let's see your damage, your link. I'm gonna need a athletics and acrobatics to allow you to jump that far.
I know.
So you're gonna need to roll
far,
pretty high.
I noticed how far it was after I said that I was doing it. I was
Do
like,
it. Believe me. Sing a song again. I forget it. Sing
60%
another
of
song.
the
I
time,
gotta-
this works every time.
I gotta cap the song.
No,
cap the
I
song
never
singing.
thought about it, Mike. You're
To,
doing it brilliantly.
Technically, I'd say once per fight, but since it's a different monster, I'll let you do it the second time. Okay, so you were rolling at disadvantage. So then you're able to make it to the spider just in front of it, but you don't do the extra falling damage. So you get to it and you're able to slash it on your way down.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your d6.
How anime of you.
Roll your attack on that. Where did Chuffy go?
This is just 1d6, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Where's the Chuffster?
But is that plus? Yeah. Where did I go?
Did I delete you? Did I delete you on accident?
Oh, I
Are you
see
below
a
mine?
blank spot
below?
where I am. There I am.
Okay, hold on.
There he is.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay, cool. So you land on the back side of it as it's this spider staring down your friend Mogmerch, and you get a slash off on it. It's not very effective, but it was still, as far as anyone's concerned, it was still quite as beautiful. Not quite as beautiful as the last one.
Still beautiful though, Johnny.
Now, bonus action to go run behind that rock near me.
Yeah, you can. Hold on, let me look at it. Use your movement. So nimble. I'm trying to remember how nimble escape works. You might actually be able to.
Oh right, because that was the name of it.
So you can disengage or hide. So if you disengage, you can step away at least 5 feet if you want to.
Okay, so if I disengage, and I'm right over here, so.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going. Ooh, I don't want to go towards those babies. I guess I'm gonna go back over here like that. Is that good, Adam?
It's a good chest, bro.
That's fine.
All right. What'd you say,
Man,
Dustin?
I was
So,
some good chest moves. Good chest moves.
Good
bro.
chest move.
So the
Man, we
You,
might have to kill the spider.
So the spider turns to you. It's pretty fucked up. Its skin is
Like gonna have to get it.
Exoskeleton is bubbling, and it's taking quite a few hits and a lot of acid and fire. It's been burned quite a bit, but it still, for some reason, I mean, assuming because you killed its mate and a bunch of its children, it's still going. It's still running on pure rage, and it turns towards you guys, and it releases it opens its mouth super wide, and you can see completely down it, and you see these glands that are laced with webbing, but next to them you see another set of glands that flare and open as it sprays acid in a cone of 15 feet in front of it.
Oh, I pull out my bow.
Hold on, it's not your turn.
I mean, I see it happening though.
Hold on, Legolas.
So then, everyone in that line, so Poog, Chuffy, and Mogmerch, all give me a dexterity saving throw. If you're still there, Rollo, I can do it for you as well, though.
Rollo! Rollo, wake up.
Rollo got hit by acid.
It's fine. I just don't want to hurt his character while he's asleep.
Maybe we should just pause. Can we pause?
So I just click
What
on
is
the
it?
dexterity.
We
Yeah.
We can keep going. We can wrap this up
We'll
tonight.
be good soon.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, we can wrap this up tonight.
I'm fading.
It's almost done. That's okay. Keep it to yourself. We're almost done.
I'm not trying to
Keep it to yourself.
yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
You said it was a dex saving throw?
Yeah.
You. Oh no!
So then,
Fuck that.
So,
That was a natural
see.
1, for fuck's sake.
So, what's fun is that earlier today I learned how to do secret rolls on here. So you guys don't even know what I'm rolling.
I mean, I kind of know that.
Do you? What do you? What
Do
is he
you?
rolling
Do
exactly?
you? What do you know?
I
So,
know that you tricked your buddy and you had to stay one step ahead of him.
so,
You were listening.
So
He
then
was.
we can't get. So then you. So each of you take 6 acid damage as this acid spray just like covers all of you. Poog was feeling like mighty proud of himself because he'd just been acid gouting all of these terrible spiders. But then it's almost like he designed his technology, his acid sprayer, around the spray of this spider. It seems like its natural ability to attack, and it brings the 3 of you down to 3 HP each. And
Yikes.
while it's shrieking at you, its kin, they're all moving in as well as it's like a chorus of shrieks
Oh god.
as they all move in towards you, and the ground around you, more in this direction over here, where on the other side of this tree, where I think it was Poog or Mogmerge saw like all these little pearl white opalescent sacs, egg sacs.
Oh yeah.
They all thrive and pulsate as they begin to. They seem like they're pressing at the seams. You can see these tiny little spider legs, millions of them, poking at the inside of these spider sac eggs. And as this spider covers you in acid, it reels up its massive maw and exposes its fangs once again, and it goes to make a second attack.
Oh my god.
As it goes to bring its fangs down onto Mogmerge directly in front of it. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Nice job, Adam. Nicely done
I have
again.
nightmares,
Thanks.
Adam.
I told you we should have keep walking, guys.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got down
transparency,
there.
you absolutely should have.
But these goblins.
I need to hear the playback how we even got down this place because I don't remember leaving this. That's for sure.
Well, we were
was
just
like,
walking
oh.
through
You-
the forest. You were in. Yeah.
You
were,
noticed, you were the first one to notice the spider, any evidence of the spider web.
I know. I was backing out the whole time.
Yeah,
You
just
supported
gotta do it in
the
turn.
fire. You supported the fire. You were the
I
leader
just
and you
wanted to
supported
get out.
the
I don't know how we
fire.
got into this place, and I
You
don't even.
supported the fire.
I'm just saying I would have kept walking
I was
too.
so glad that you were in the mummy for
Yeah.
the.
I definitely supported the fire. I did.
Yeah, it's funny because
disagree.
it just depended on who was in front. Because whenever you guys set out, I usually ask what your pecking order is, what order you guys are traveling in.
Yeah.
But you, without saying it, you guys just naturally decided because you were like, Rita was like, I'm gonna look ahead and keep my eyes out. And everyone just rolled like 3 or 4 on their perception.
Yeah.
You could have gotten a
they
little
were
bit
all
more
bad
evidence.
rolls.
Exactly, and then
Yeah.
Dustin was the only one. So you got a decent amount of information, just not quite enough.
Rollo's so asleep.
I know. I have
That's
those
fine.
ZZZs up.
I've
Did you
played
see
games
that?
like this that are this late, and it tends to take a toll on certain people if they have a busy schedule. So next time I'm playing on Sunday again, and I'm playing on Saturday. So if you guys are free Friday, that would work better for me, and I can do it earlier.
What about a daytime?
Yeah, I'm always on. My other game we do a 2 to like 6 or 7, but lately because I ran the game today, it took me a little longer.
Seems like that's a thing that's gonna happen on the regular.
I'm open on many times.
Yeah. So whatever you guys
Anyways,
you want, we can
let's
come back
end the
to it
stream.
later
Let's
on.
end the stream right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, okay, Mikes. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, everyone,
Good night,
thank you.
everyone.